There's a question that came, a person asking about treating, going to somebody who needs to see a somebody who um, for mental health. Uh, is that, and if you're going to a psychologist for treating your trauma or psychological problems, and you're talking about someone who's causing that problem, and is that considered backbiting? Um, Psychological problems or mental health problems are basically delusions in a person who, and those delusions are solidified. So 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 the delusions that a person has who has these mental health problems, they're basically reinforced and enforced and false until it becomes like a reality for that person. So you have to speak him out of them and unwind. Uh, so you can't. So so psychological problems are delusions that are cascading one on top of each other, and these are delusions that the person has accepted, and he's living his life according to those delusions. But the Prophet ﷺ told us that when the shaitan comes to you with these delusions, you reject them. Like the Prophet ﷺ told us that a person, when shaitan comes to him, he asks him who created the sky, who created the earth, and then he keeps asking until you reach about Allah, and then he says who created Allah. The Prophet ﷺ said, you just say I believe in Allah, and you ignore the devil. What we see, uh, atheism spreading. All of the atheists right nowadays, they're all speaking against Quran, Islam, and the Quran. And why are they after Islam? They are the proof that Islam is the truth, and the whispers of the shaitan are the proof that Islam is true. Uh, why are they after Islam and not other religions? Because they know other religions are in have are messed up, and so if a a person who is a psychologist who is treating person through uh, um, like strange things like jinns and magic and things like that, then that's haram. But if a person is a Muslim who's God fearing, uh, and so an example of that would be when a man came to the Prophet and asked him to allow him to commit fornication. So he had a psychological problem. How did the Prophet treat his psychological problem? He reasoned with him, and he said, "Would you uh, would you would you like it for your mother? Would you like it for your sister?" And then he was convinced not to do. So if a person complains to the counselor about the person causing trauma, uh, it's for that psychological help. It is not considered ghiba, but it's better to not mention the person. It's better to say, so and a person is doing so, trying to hide their identity.